The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Chairman, it's a bit rich, isn't it? It's easy to come to the House and talk about cuts. But when you're a minister in a previous government and you've been responsible for leaving $500 million worth of uncommitted, $500 million of promises that you've made during an election campaign, but no funding in place to deliver on them, and someone else has to come in and clean up the mess, well, actually, it's all very well to get holier than thou, but someone had to come and clean up the mess. And I want to talk in this House about student engagement, because that's what this government has been focused on, and that previous government ignored it. In fact, you could almost say that it was Labor's dirty little secret. Because let's talk about truancy. In 2006, there was a survey done on truants, and they found that almost 30,000 kids were absent from school at any one time. And what did they do? Almost 30,000. Do you know what they did? They said, oh, well, that can't be accurate. That report can't be true, because there was a big tonguey. There was a big tonguey that weekend when we did the survey, and that can't be true. So what did they do next? Well, the survey was due to happen again in 2008, and the Minister of Education, do you know what he did? He cancelled it. Because if you don't have a problem, you can't deal to it.
Point of order. The Honourable Parapura Horomia.
Mr Speaker, I struggle to understand why the Minister brings up about the connotations of tonguey being relevant in her delivery. I think it's obnoxious and appalling.
Look, thank you. I thank the member. These are debating points, and but I do refer all speakers, as we did right at the beginning, that we are on the appropriations, and it would be really good if we could actually focus on appropriations. The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Yeah, Mr Speaker, so what has this government done? Well, the first thing I did as Minister was said, well, we actually need to define the problem. So let's have that report. So in 2009, we actually did carry out a truancy report. And guess what? 30,000 kids missing on any one day. So the problem was there. They just hid it and hoped that it would go away. So what have we done? Well, we've doubled the funding. So over the next 4 years, we've put in an extra $4 million a year to address truancy. Well, it will make a hang of a lot more difference than it made into the previous government. In fact, it could make twice as much difference, because you got twice. So we've reviewed the district truancy services. We're going to pay more to the district truancy services, and that wonderful electronic system with the automatic texting of parents that has been so effective. We're putting in incentives to get schools, and I give credit to the previous government for setting it up, but they never did anything more. So we're saying to schools, we'll help you get that. In addition to that, though, it's not just about attacking truancy. The other thing we've done is develop our youth guarantee. And, you know, when you compare that to what the previous government did, you know what the previous government's answer to students leaving school without qualifications was? Change the law and keep them there till they're 18. And then they can't leave. And so when they called it Schools Plus. So when we came into government, we said, so where's the money? Where's the money in the appropriation for Schools Plus? Well, it didn't exist. Where's the policy work around the big announcement that the Prime Minister made? Where was it? It didn't exist. So it was just another flim-flam from the previous government. So what have we done? Well, at the beginning of this year, the money that used to go to support people learning Moroccan cooking and Spanish and all those concrete mosaic, 2,000 young people got fees-free places at Polytech. 2,000 young people. 2,000 young people who had left school without qualifications, who could have been on an unemployment benefit, and another 2,000 next year. Another 2,000 next year. That's what's happened to that. The Manukau Institute of Technology opened New Zealand's first tertiary high school. It's like a screaming skull over there, isn't it? New Zealand's first tertiary high school. We've put a couple of $1 million into that because that's an innovative way of keeping young people engaged at schools. And then, of course, there's our trades academies. So we asked for expressions of interest. We got 112 from around the country, and 112 people put forward propositions. They were delighted that a government had asked them how they could help keep young people at school. And so we've taken from that 11. The beginning of next year, within 2 years of becoming government, we will have 6, maybe 7 or 8 trades academies opening to provide good pathways.